This is Africa Weekly Record. Documentation over reaction. Evidence first. Context always. Week ending 5th April 2026. War abroad is already raising costs at home. That is the real opening line this week. Reuters reports. Fuel prices have surged across multiple African countries as the Iran war pushed up global oil prices and exposed import dependence across the continent. Ghana raised petrol prices by about 15% and diesel by 19%. Malawi saw increases of 34 to 35%. Tanzania raised prices by about 33%. Mauritania, Gambia, Botswana, and Mali also moved. This matters because for many African economies, oil is not an automatic win. It becomes transport pressure, inflation risk, and tighter public budgets. The second signal is trade disruption. Reuters reports. About 8 million kilograms of Kenyan tea are stuck in warehouses in Mombasa, with losses estimated at about 8 million a week since March. The Middle East accounts for roughly 20 to 25% of Kenya's tea market. This is what shipping risk looks like when it lands inside an African export system. Not abstract, not distant. Delayed cargo, lost revenue, and tighter room to move. The third signal is food pressure. The World Bank says more than 87 million people are facing hunger in East and Southern Africa, while 52 million are projected to be acutely food insecure in West and Central Africa by mid-2026. It also warns that the Middle East conflict is creating new risks through oil and fertilizer disruptions. So the cost is not only fuel, it becomes food, and then it becomes household pressure. Short blurbs across the African continent. Afreximbank has raised $2 billion in its largest ever syndicated loan, showing that liquidity protection is already part of the response. And the wider financing picture remains tight, not loose. And that is the deeper frame this week. Reuters reports. The AfDB said, Africa's growth risks were already tilted to the downside before the Iran conflict. Public debt reached $1.9 trillion in 2024. Debt service costs consume over 31% of government revenues. Foreign direct investment had already fallen 42% in the first half of 2025. So this week's real story is one operating pattern. War abroad repriced daily life, trade stalled, food pressure deepened, and the continent's policy space was already narrow before the shock landed. This is Africa Weekly Record. Documentation over reaction. Evidence first. Context always. Writing as remembrance. Reclaiming Africa's living spirit. Grillo-Abuah.